Happy birthday, my avant-garde, New Age thinking, Aquarius Rising individuals. Welcome here to Soul Passages Astrology. I'm so glad you stopped by my YouTube video. My name is Georgia Dempsey. I am your astrologer, and I am here to give you your general trends forecast for February 2016. If you happen to have some big questions regarding career or spiritual matters, do feel free to book a reading with me. My contact information is at the front of this video, and I am going to be running an awesome special till March 1st, which is $50 for a 1-hour reading. So give me a call. And I know as February unwinds that you've got career matters on your mind because you have Mars in Scorpio up in your 10th house of career. And that is saddled up to Juno, a female asteroid who rules over all things feminine, including marriage, childbirth, and commitments and contracts. So something about your world standing is heating up right now, and that is really totally exciting. Now, this could be you absolutely going after career goals, or it could be that you've got a little secret brewing behind the scenes. Possibly you may be pregnant even, and that you're going to announce that to the world here coming up. But I definitely get a career flavor off of a lot of this. And again, I see too, you may be forming a very strong alliance with a very powerful woman at work. So this is great news for you, Aquarius Rising. And not only is it good news for you, but you recently had Saturn in your 10th house of career. When that happens, raises and things are delayed, but that Saturn has moved on to the 11th house. And so often we get raises when that happens. And so that also is looking very favorable for you. Now, it does depend a little bit on what's going on with your 12th house. I do see that Mars is in conversation with a lot of planets kicking around in your 12th house right now. So you really need to be conscious how you use the energies in terms of what you want to manifest. And I say that because you've got powerful Pluto, who's ass-kicking in there. You've got Venus, you've got Mercury and the Moon, all in Capricorn on February the 6th. So you've got a lot of power hitters in there. Now, this is kind of a behind-the-scenes location. So a lot of things could be happening. One, you could be delving into your psyche, trying to figure out what you want. You might be wondering if you should be going on a more spiritual path. You might be feeling like an obsessive need to have power, or you might be wanting to manipulate people at work. I mean, that is possible too. You could also be harboring some secrets, and some people could be digging for some secrets about you. So you do want to be careful about that because that could all impact your career standing. So the 12th house is called the house of secret sorrows and self-undoing. And so, you know, there is the potential that some of the things we do can impact us in other ways. And certainly if you're in one of those corporate boiler pots, you could have some secret enemies who are trying to undermine you right now. I'm just saying, I kind of say it like I see it, and it is there. So just be careful of that. I would say concentrate on your soul power, concentrate on prayer, meditation, visualization, manifesting what it is that you want. But then I would also say be clear about what it is that you want so that you get happiness in the end. And, you know, beware. Some hidden elements of your personality could be coming out and past actions that you've done could either be in your favor or coming back to haunt you. It all depends. And so a better way to channel this is to dig into your habit patterns, see what it is that you need to change. How can you get rid of the things that no longer serve you? And, don't undermine or betray authority figures. That could really have an impact on you right now. Instead, channel positive energy into that 10th house of career. Work very hard right now at accomplishing goals. That's the best thing you can do. Okay, Mars will be trining Chiron in Pisces in the 3rd house. So it is okay for you to search yourself and going after what you want and to have your voice heard. And you're probably working right now on unique ways to get your message out. And one of those ways could be studying science or technology or different methods of communication. You have a fire under your ass right now to do that. And so anything you do in this regard is all good. And, just keep applying yourself. And also make sure, again, you think about what it is you really want so you manifest something that is going to bring you happiness. All right, your Aquarian sun, which is right now in your 1st house, will be sextiling Saturn in Sagittarius, which is located in your 11th. So whatever structures you're putting in place right now will help you with your long-term goals. And you are working on those long-term goals right now, and you're trying to find the truth of what those long-term goals are. And you're also seeing what the burden of some of those long-term goals could actually be. So you may be weighing things up and trying to decide, do I want to do this or not? Because the other potential I do see is that you could be interested in starting a business for yourself using that new age technology, allowing your unique skills and talents to come out more, perhaps, than if you went the other route. So those are things that are on the plate. Just support your true long-term goals. And with Saturn, there's always hard work and effort involved. But if you do that, that will shine a light onto your sun and help to make things work for you. So it's really great energy. Now, Mars is going to be having a difficult conversation with Uranus and Aries on the 5th. So, you might be questioning what it is that you want to do for your career, or authority figures could be questioning you regarding your plans. Is something that you're doing going against the grain of society? And the only person that can decide what's right for you is you. Okay, so you have to be the one that makes that decision. Now, Venus will be conjunct Pluto in Capricorn on February 5th, so I see a deep desire nature there. If you have not gotten in touch with your own power, you may be having a struggle with yourself about how to claim your own power and not let somebody claim it over you. You might have some control issues going on, perhaps, or compulsive, obsessive thinking is even possible. But the same is true is that if you flip that around, you have a lot of power hitters in that 12th house to get to the bottom of things, to work on the spirituality, work on the psyche, work on the thought patterns so that you can change that and put it into more positive spin. I do want you to be very mindful right now of any secrets that you have brewing, to keep those close to your chest and not share them out right yet. And also be aware that there could be some other people who are working against you. It's the house of secret enemies, and people could be churning up stuff to try to manipulate things in their direction, just as you might be trying to manipulate. They may be also. So it can be kind of brutal out there in the corporate world. So just be very mindful of that. Also, I do see, some of you could have a big romance issue that is secretly brewing behind the doors, or maybe a secret that you are keeping. So that is also possible. You could be planning a baby. I see Jupiter in your 8th house of intimacy. So, there's a lot of stuff going on behind closed doors right now. And whatever it is, best to keep it secret, best to keep your intentions and thoughts and things above board. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right. On February 6th, your Aquarius sun is going to sextile Uranus and Aries. So, it's a good time to revolutionize again those communication patterns and to go after business contracts. So if you have been learning technology and new ways to share information, this is a good time for you to start getting the business contracts going and lay the plans for a new startup business. On the same day, Mercury in Capricorn, which is all about communications, is going to be squaring up to Uranus and Aries. And so again, with that Capricorn in that hidden house, you don't want secrets coming out. But it is a good time for you to face doubts and fears that you might have about this business adventure. So if your mind feels scattered or restless, which is quite possible at this time, take a break today. Give yourself some space. Opposing others for the sake of being a devil's advocate, not a good idea on this day. Just realize that you are always responsible for you and your actions and what you put forth. Okay, on the 6th, you could also reveal some important information regarding a loved one, because Mercury is going to beam a bright light into that house of intimacy. So some information about an intimate matter could be coming forward. Now, I want to talk about the 8th house a little bit because it is a transformative house. It's not just an intimate matter that could be coming forth, but it deals with joint finances, 401ks, big cataclysmic issues in our life, like life, birth, death, sex, taxes, childbirth could even be reflected up here because it's a matter of intimacy. So something big of that nature you should be getting some information on. And so just stay tuned to that. And your greatest blessings do lie in that 8th house right now. So joint financing, you have a guardian angel watching over your 401k right now, so that is great. Maybe you've applied for a business loan so you can do that startup business, or your partner has said, hey, we've looked at the joint finances and we can back you so that you can go out on your own. So whatever it is that you've been working on behind the scenes, expect some information to come forward on that, and stay optimistic. Because it does appear that you are likely to have good luck this year with the support of other people's money. So that's great. Now, Venus will be squaring Uranus on the 6th. So you may feel a little desire to break some rules when it comes to contracts or negotiations or some sort of communications today. Try not to stir it up with siblings or cousins or neighbors, and just, again, be careful about sharing information. I can't stress that enough. Whatever it is you got going, but the gods are looking down and shining their light on you to make it happen, whatever that is. Now, you're deeply psychologically motivated. Mars is going to have a friendly conversation with your 8th house Jupiter on February 13th. So again, this could be a raise coming in that's going to impact your joint financing or your 401k or your pension. Lovers in a close family could also really just be backing whatever your career goals are at this time. So nurture the emotional side of your relationships, and yourself. Get busy about making the plans and doing the work you need to do to help with the joint finances. And just remain optimistic. If you're looking for a business loan, you could very well get it. You've got lots of blessings in that area right now. So It's a good time for you, Aquarius Rising. Truly it is. Let's see where we are here. Oh, one thing I do want to mention is that Jupiter is retrograde right now. So you may be thinking, oh, I'm not getting what I want, or I'm not seeing it. Well, when Jupiter goes retrograde, you don't tend to get the big rewards and blessings that you're anticipating because things are moving backwards. But come May 9th, Jupiter will be moving forward, and you're more likely to see results at that time. And it's okay because on February 22nd, you're going to have a full moon in that 8th house, that transformative, life-changing house that happens to rule over other people's money, sex, taboos, big cataclysmic divides in your life, things behind the veil, so very spiritual house. Whatever you've been working on behind the scenes, you're going to see where you stand or get a feeling of where you stand on that day. Expect emotions to run really high just because the full moon brings that out. And it will give you a sense, because things will be lit up, it'll give you a sense of how you need to retweak the plan. So, it doesn't mean that things aren't going to happen. It just means that you may need to make some adjustments. So it's great. Just pay attention to the messages and adjust the plan as needed. And right now you should also really be following your hunches, your gut instincts, and your intuition regarding things. And that could really help to bring a state of grace into your life. Now, on February 23rd, the whole universe is being called to work on healing issues. We all have Jupiter opposite Chiron. And so lately, you may have felt kind of wounded in terms of values. You may have felt like you weren't being appreciated. You may have felt unsure about how you could make money. And all I can say is you do have what it takes to stand on your own 2 feet, Aquarius Rising. You absolutely do. And you should have faith in your own worth. And don't rely on a price tag somebody wants to put on your head to define what that worth is, because you'll never make what you're truly worth as a soul on this planet. And it is time for you to develop your unique talents and gifts and bring them out to the world. This is absolutely called for at this time. You have a destiny calling to you. And the wounded healer, which is Chiron in that second, is saying, it's time to heal these issues of self-esteem. It's time to, get clear on what you value and know that you have what it takes. The universe wants to deliver good things to you. Just keep putting in the work and have the faith, Aquarius Rising. I see good things happening for you on the career front. God bless. Have a great February. Peace, blessings, and namaste.